Hello YouTube and welcome back to World of Warships with Wadres. And today's battles are both going to be from the Tier 10 Imperial Japanese destroyer, the Harugumo. Now, as anybody knows, this is a ship that is very well known for its small but rapid-firing main guns. They're only 100 millimeters, and in order to really have any, well, at least in order to have any decent penetration when it was first introduced, it needed IFHE to effectively penetrate even just destroyer armor. Well, she has since been buffed to have a 25 millimeter base penetration. This includes her earlier sisters, the Akizuki and the Kirikaze. But the IFHE skill, in my opinion, is still relatively relevant, mainly because once the IFHE is introduced to her, she is now capable of penetrating up to 32 millimeters of bow armor with these 100 millimeter high explosive shells, which some people has claimed is overpowered. Others say it at least makes her reasonable as a gunboat because of her limited torpedo capabilities, only having a single 6-torpedo launcher, which, granted, you can launch twice in rapid succession with the torpedo reload booster, but either way, it's still just one launcher. Now, 6 Japanese torpedoes are more than enough to actually obliterate even the most hardened of battleships, but yeah, I can kind of understand why you would want to have these guns be as effective as they possibly can be. Now, one of the other skills that is especially effective and relevant for this ship is the Adrenaline Rush skill, because every little bit of damage that you take just makes these guns that much better. They fire faster, and, well, that's kind of the name of the game as far as the Harugumo's guns go to begin with. And one of the things that you'll notice in my gameplay style with her... Oh, hey, there's the enemy Harugumo again. But you'll notice that I actually take a little bit of time before I smoke up or anything to actually just allow myself to take a little bit of damage. And the reason why is because I am actually wanting to eke a little bit of the effort out of the Adrenaline Rush skill to just make this ship absolutely insane on its rate of fire. And, well, I think I've definitely succeeded at that at this point. Let's give the enemy Baltimore some good news while we're at it. I mean, just granted, right now I'm just doing salvo fire, so it's not really showing through that much. But, I mean, it's still... Before the shells at this range are even hitting the Baltimore, I'm already firing the next salvo. So, I mean, that in and of itself is a rather key notice in regards to just what this ship is capable of. I mean, not many destroyers can wither down a Baltimore just by gunfire alone. Oh, look, an Alabama. Let's see, what can we do here? And, ooh, nice broadside too. Let's go AP. Can we just watch that health tick away here? Yeah, that Alabama... Yeah, just absolutely withering amounts of firepower. Now, at this point, Grossaker first. Okay, I cannot penetrate the lower bow armor. Grossaker first does have 60 millimeters of bow armor on its lower bow, but the deck plating and all of that is still about 32 millimeters. And on top of that, superstructure is more than capable of being penetrated. But at this point, the other thing that I'm looking at on the Grossaker first more than anything else is just setting as many fires as I possibly can. But here's where things stand out, is just look at this rate of fire. Oh, okay, yeah, I do try to get torpedoes off and then go straight back to my guns. But, I mean, the gunfire is constant. Now, of course, it is a gross occur first, so its secondary batteries do eventually do me in, but not before I have done a substantial amount of damage to it in turn. Now, this wasn't a bad battle. 230,000 credits earned, 2,112 experience points, 1,446 free experience points, for 145,000 points worth of damage. The sheer number of main battery hits, 529, is, dare I say, absolutely ludicrous. And of course, this is on top of the 3 ship kills, 9 fires, 2 floods, spots, and everything else that goes along with it. Now, something that is especially easy with the Harugumo at these tiers is, it's not exactly hard to get to the top of the team. 615 base experience points very, very easily. Though I will definitely say good work to our Hakuryu for getting second. I assume he had to work pretty well for that, but definitely all power to him. Good luck, good work there. And, I mean, you can see where my damage was. 177,000 credits earned net for the match, and of course the commander earned about 2,800 experience points as well. Now, if you think that this is the full extent of the Harugumo's capabilities, yeah, I think you're going to be rather appalled by the next display of firepower I have in line here. Now, it is going to take a little bit for this battle to get going, but once it does go, yeah, it's just not going to stop. And you'll see what I mean. Now, for this match, this was actually done last night. The other one was like almost 2 weeks ago. But this one I was trying to complete the main battery mission for the Lunar New Year event that they've got going on, or the Fly Strike Win event, where I needed 521 main battery hits. Well, what better to do that than the Harugumo? Well, unfortunately, the previous battle in the Harugumo last night didn't exactly quite get there. I only landed like 330. Yeah, I know. It was surprising, right? Well, so this match was actually just trying to make up the extra, what, 180 that I needed? Well, I'm definitely gonna get that and then some. First taker, enemy Lo Yang. Yeah, any destroyer that gets caught out by Harugumo that isn't another Harugumo is just, it's cannon fodder, literally. It has nothing that it can do except just plain die unless it hides and disappears. And given that this is a co-op match and not a player, yeah, it's not exactly keen on running or getting away. It's more just concerned on YOLOing in or whatever. Next up, enemy Harugumo. Now, you'll notice that while I was targeting the Lo Yang, I was actually making a point of not popping smoke. I was trying to draw fire. In fact, one of the things that I had actually done was fired my main battery guns when I thought a enemy ship would have been reasonably in range, to actually get myself spotted, to start drawing fire and start getting adrenaline rush taken into play. Yeah, well, now I'm sitting at about 7,000 health. 7,500 health. More than enough to have the rate of fire on these guns be completely constant. And yeah, it's gonna show here. I am in smoke, so the enemy Harugumo just dies, not being able to do much to me. And now I set my focus on the battleships. Enemy Bismarck. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, Bismarck, long range, 10 kilometers. This isn't exactly a good spot for it to be in. Taking shots from Harugumo with absolutely no way of spotting it or doing anything to it. Hope with a secondary battery gun, for that matter. And I have switched over to AP because it was broadside and just lots of damage to be farmed on that beautiful Bismarck German superstructure. Oh, there went another secondary battery gun. But, I mean, you can see that the damage is fairly consistent, constant. It does start turning away, so the shells start ricocheting a little bit more, and I just go back over to HE and start laying down the hurt again. Now, yeah, I mean, sure, the Bismarck's hurt, but I'm not going to get the kill. Overall, definitely lots of damage done there. But I think you can already tell what my next target is going to be. 3 guesses. Now here's where I'm actually going to switch over to a free camera view so that you can see the target's eye, basically, perspective of my absolutely overwhelming amount of firepower. First, here come my first shells. Now this is the first in a string of fire that is not going to stop. Keep that in mind as I turn around and we realize that this absolute rainbow arc of shells coming in on this Izumo are from my ship, and just mine. I don't care who you are, that's some scary shit right there. But here's the other thing. This Izumo is actually sitting at my max main battery range. So it actually backs up and gets out of my range. And you'll kind of see when I lost the detection here, because the actual trajectory of the shells takes a drastic shift. Because, well, anybody who knows how the aiming mechanics work realizes that if you don't have a locked-on target, the shells will just basically go at whatever you're looking at. So, yeah, I do start ending up with a lot of shells going into this island, forcing me to basically have to wait and reacquire the Izumo a little bit. But you'll notice the rate of fire is still constant, and instead of constant fire, I've switched back over to salvo fire for a little bit. But once I realize that I have the target locked again, it's a free-for-all yet again, and just look at that absolute rain of HE shells. Wow. Okay, Izumo's down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds flight time to the Izumo. Holy crap. I don't care who you are. If I was in that Izumo, if this were a PvP match, whoever was in that Izumo would have been well within their rights to be having an absolute hissy fit just from how much I was doing to him. 232,000 credits earned, 2,160 experience points, 454 free experience points, 128,000 damage, and once I smoked up, I never moved from the A cap. And that is what really makes this match stand out, is that aside from the initial fire where I moved, or the initial movements where I moved into alpha, once I stopped, I didn't move again. I stayed in one position on the map and still did overall 128,000 total damage. 7 fires. I mean, holy crap. On top of that, 629 base experience points. More than enough to be top of the team. I will say that our Izumo lived up to his name somewhat, but I think that title, Major Carnage, definitely goes more to me than anything else. 54,000 damage done to that Izumo. 24,000 done by my main battery. Another 30,000 done just by the fires. 5 fires that I set on that ship. Full damage to the Harugumo. Full damage to the Lo Yang. Well, not full damage. I guess somebody else was shooting at her. But I mean, just look at these numbers. These are absolutely insane. And, I mean, what? 199 hits just on the Bismarck. Damn. Just damn. And because I wasn't spotted for very long, only 166,000 damage tanked. Yeah. Yeah, over the course of this match, it was just... I started shooting at the Izmo, and after I had just stopped laughing maniacally, it was just like, oh my god. Oh wow. I can't believe I pulled that off. 82,000 credits net earned for the match, and Commander earned 2,800 experience points for this match again. Yeah. Yeah. On that note, I suppose I shall go on ahead and let everybody go. I hope you all appreciated the sheer withering amount of firepower of the Harugumo, and please do not forget to like and subscribe if you wish to see any of my future content. On that note, have a good one, happy hunting, and I'll catch you all later.